So you have the Queen of Pentacles, the Temperance, and then you have the Ten of Swords. So a lot of you definitely bounce back from where you were, at least even as early as 2 months ago, right? You're definitely in a better position now. Um, and a lot of you have learned a couple of lessons, more than a few along the way. And so because of that, y'all are actually, like I said, in a better position, and you are going to take those lessons that you've learned with you along on your journey right now of self-improvement. I don't really, like I said before, I don't see you being in a relationship with anybody. What I see is you people is y'all basically just sticking to yourselves, staying focused. If you do end up with anybody, then then good, in the sense that you'll do your thing, you'll date accordingly. But if they don't do right by you, then you'll just leave them alone, right? Cop and blow, right? You can't really keep a whole lot of people because they don't act right. What I mean when I say acting right, I mean they don't act like they have common sense, right? They're making it seem like they want something real, but then, they're playing too much. And so the Three of Cups and the Seven of Wands right here represents now a lot of you have a lot to celebrate but you also have a lot to look out for, because a lot of you are in a position where you may be letting go a lot of people right now out of your life, excommunicating these people because they're not really doing any kind of good by you. It just seems like these people are just hanging out with you just to get something out of it. And you're noticing that. And it may not even be everybody, but there's a sense of you not really wanting to even keep the peace per se, right? Like you don't even care if you kind of keep the peace, right? Some of you may feel like you've been saying what's up to people and associating yourself with some people just to keep the peace. And a lot of you want to just not say anything to them. And if they get upset about that, well, then all well, let them be upset about it. You're not gonna say what's up to them just to keep the peace. And so, so some of you may have people who may be like, they may act like they don't know where exactly this beef between you and them is coming from, right? They may make it seem like it just sprouted out of nowhere. But then the thing is that the Nine of Cups and the Judgment represents how that's where it is that sprouted from. Their ego, right? Their inability to actually see you as a living being and engage with you like that. It's all about these judgments and what they think you should be, right? As if like you're somehow living to gain their approval or something like that. And it just looks weird. It looks weird for a lot of you. So this is a position for you where a lot of you don't care, because again, like you're not living to make other people proud per se, or to make, other people feel good about being close to you, or whatever the case may be. Because whatever they came up with in their head, like whatever, like whatever it is, whatever they came up with in their head, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. And the situation for you is that this is why it is that you didn't want to be with them in the first place. This is why you don't want to hang around with them, be with them, whatever the capacity is, right? Three of Swords, and they're heartbroken because of this. And this is what I'm talking about, that it gets weird because, on the one hand, this is what I mean. Like you be saving people's lives and you just don't really know. Sometimes people waking up today and beefing with you is their objective in life that day. And then when you don't do that with them, that's like, I know it sounds weird, but it's the truth. That's like, their whole purpose. They don't really have a purpose like that. You know what I mean? And so you have the Page of Pentacles, and then you also have the Six of Swords. So for you, the Page of Pentacles right here is basically speaks about how, and so Once again, your life is on point. The Six of Swords, you'll be able to see the regret in their eyes. Like I remember I remember every single day, right, when I used to have school, dude used to ask me if I'm on that guala guala nonsense. Never even used to know what it is that he's talking about. And then I watched I think it was Property of the State or State Property, one with Beanie Siegel, something like that. And I remember how it is that Beanie Siegel was kind of making fun of Hispanic people. And I was like, this is what it is that dude is talking about. Like, my best friend's Puerto Rican. You dig what I'm saying? Like, forget about this ignorant stuff. Like, you know how many people in the world speak Spanish? Like, Spanish speakers. You know what I'm saying? My mom being one of them, fluently. My mom knows some French, not a lot, some French. Emphasis on some. You dig what I'm saying? It's like it behooves you. It would be within your best interest to learn more than one language, right? And not just speak, just English and slang. You know what I mean? It's cool that you speak slang. It's cool that we speak English and all of that. But it would really benefit you if you open up your mind a little bit. You feel me? Because my best friend, or since 6 years old, since the sandbox basically, is Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? Who speaks Spanish. So I don't understand what exactly you're talking about. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. And so it was just ignorant. It was just stupid. You feel what I'm saying? Like, where's Beanie Siegel now? You feel what I'm saying? To even make a stupid film like that. Like, where's Beanie Siegel now? Like, all right, like, I understand you was a, you know what I'm saying? But, like, Beanie Siegel don't pop up in people's top 10 lists like that. You know what I'm saying? And so the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that for you, a lot of you understand that, that closed-mindedness of them needing you to, like, beef with them and all of that. They were playing the game, but you weren't. And then how far does the game go exactly? Are they willing to put you away in prison for a game? As if that's a cool place to be. Like, how far does the game go? Like, what is their concept of the game? You understand what I'm saying? Like, people be taking the games too far. And so, since you just focusing on what you got to do and not really worrying about what other people got, this is really going to put a damper on their plans, truth be told, because it dampens things. It makes things less than what they are. It's not as bright for them, because you're taking the focus off of them to yourself, and you're just going about your day as normal, but what's showing here is that these people are showing how weird they are, because it's like, you don't want to participate, so you're not participating. You're not. You know what I'm saying? That's just usually how it is. Like, the geeky, like, you understand, like, the geeks, the ones that was thrown away and, seen as, like, nerds and weak and all of that. Like, like, if you kept your integrity for forever, right? Like, if you developed your integrity and you kept it, you're the cool one. Believe it or not, like, because, like, when you go back into, like, some of these films, right? Some of these 80s, these late 80s and 90s films, because I was born in 91, but some of these late 80s and 90s films and all of that stuff, you will find out that, like, you used to have, like, a geek, and then the geek would get picked on and stuff like this by the bully and all of that. If you really peep game and you really just look at it, though, in context, and you really look at it though, you really see that like the bully is like stalking the geek. You know what I'm saying? Like all up in the geek's business. Like the geek may be trying to save the world, and like the bully is like stalking the geek, pushing the geek around. You know what I'm saying? Trying to like get the geek to like defend himself, all types of, like, if you really pay attention to it, you start asking yourself, who's really the geek in a situation, and who's really the cool one for real, for real. Or maybe the geek is the cool, they're one and the same. That's why I was saying I figured out the truth when I saw that movie Basic Instinct with Sharon Stone. I figured out the truth. I was like, yo, ain't nobody gonna convince me that I'm a weirdo and I'm lame and all this stuff. All I gotta do is stay out of the goofy nonsense and continue to be exactly how I am and just grow and just do better. That's it. All of this nonsense about me being a geek and useless, it's been hogwash. It has been hogwash. Because even what's a good movie that displays like that? A good movie is Star Kid. If any of y'all ever seen that movie Star Kid, right? Where like the little geeky kid, good at drawing, right? Finds or discovers an alien suit, right? A bio gear suit or whatever with artificial intelligence in it. Uh, uh, the bully is following the geek around. The bully is following the main character around. And then people will be like, oh, that's just plot. No, because it happens in real life. What happens when you're a geek, my dears, in real life, and you find people who want to be adversarial with you, and like what you doing now, and then you decide to say, I'm just not gonna give people attention. If you notice, they stop functioning a certain way because you shifted your attention. They stop functioning a certain way. Before, it was all up in your face. Now when y'all are like, I don't have time for this. You know what I'm saying? Your day is understood. You know what you got to do. They cease to exist. Like they just go off in their own corner of the universe and do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? They go off into their own corner of the universe and they do their own thing. Like they don't have like a life like that. Like you give them functionality. You give them something to do. And if you don't believe me, try it out. Try it. Test it. Try it out for yourself. See what happens. Try it. Don't believe anything I'm saying. Try it. Try it. Right? If you have people that ride your back, give them like attention and see how they move. And then like the next day afterwards, just try it out. Give them little to no attention and just be like, I'm gonna go about it. If you notice the difference, you'll notice that the differences are like night and day. It's almost like they're moving in concordance with what you got going on. It's like, right. It's gonna freak you out at first because you're gonna be like, what is going on here? I'm telling you, you give them like something to do. Let's clarify the sixes. Yeah, don't thank me later. You have the Four of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Judgment, the Moon card, and then you have the Three of Swords to clarify the Six of Swords. So again, it's that adversarial energy, right? And so the Four of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Judgment for you is about how, again, you don't have any time for it because y'all are so busy focusing on what y'all got to do, right? The Four of Cups represents they're going to kind of miss you and them beefing back and forth or having like friction back and so weird. Four of Wands and the Judgment represents, and then they're going to judge you on that. At first it was judging you because you bugging. Now they're judging you because it's like, yeah, but come back though and give me attention. And then you have the Moon card and the Three of Swords. And so the Moon card and the Three of Swords, y'all are ruled by the Moon. Y'all are just focusing on what y'all have to do, right? The Moon card is self-reflection. It's about self. As to where the Sun card can be about giving attention or like sharing it. The Moon card is more selfish. The Moon card is more about like self-reflection, paying attention to what you've got going on as opposed to what other people has got going on and what they got, and trying to share and commune and stuff like this. Three of Swords, you're dealing with your own stuff. Like I said before, a lot of y'all probably buying another house. I know a lot of y'all bought houses recently. A lot of y'all probably buying another one. With a lot of y'all that I speak to, y'all speak about buying your own home and trying to have your land to yourself and stuff like this. That's the consistent thing that pops up. So that's why I titled that the last time. You probably go, because you probably might at this point in time, where you have or whatever, right? And then not only that too, but also just the concept of like you doing your own thing, and like y'all do big things, regardless of to who to what. People will sometimes try to make it seem like, you're just super emotional and that you don't have a head on your shoulders. That's not necessarily true, though. Can you be super emotional? Yeah, you could. Yeah, you can be more emotional than what you want other people to let on. Yeah, y'all are sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are sensitive. Y'all know I love y'all. Stop playing. Y'all are sensitive, but at the same time, though, y'all have plans. Y'all are smart. Y'all know what y'all got going on. But other than that, that's pretty much it, though. A lot of you are just kind of steering clear of people who want your attention because you don't have time to give any attention. You're so busy, like I said, buying that house, buying that new car, doing what you're doing. Y'all are getting it together. That's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're at 26,553. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. We're growing so quickly. Thank y'all so much.